Hey everyone, welcome to the Wild and Uncut podcast, brought to you by Ruger. I'm your host, Kristy Titus. Thank you for tuning in. The line is going hot, so let's go full send on this episode. Across America, freedom is more than a word. It's a way of life. Generations of grit rest in the hands of those who build, defend, and sustain. Crafted to endure, tested in the wild, and relied upon at home, the next generation of the Ruger American Rifle is a bold evolution of precision and rugged reliability for responsible owners, today and for generations to come. With onX Hunt, those who wander are never lost. Public and private land ownership, offline functionality, and 3D mapping allow me to hunt with confidence. And the elite membership comes included with draw odds and unit trends with hunt research tools, a membership to Hunt and Fool, plus a membership to Hunt Reminder to ensure you never miss a draw deadline. Download the onX Hunt app and start your trial today. All right, you guys, welcome to the Wild and Uncut podcast. I'm Kristy Titus, and I'm here with two of my girlfriends, Brooke Smith and Jen Holcomb. And we're here in my home state of Wyoming. Brooke is from my former home state of Oregon, and actually former hometown. Mm-hmm. And Jen, you're in my home state of Wyoming here, just a couple hours away. So it's like I'm with a couple of hometown girls here, and I love it. And you ladies are both of you are on team Girls with Guns Clothing. Yes. And you actually kind of work for GWG, don't you both? In a way, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm a team leader. And
Yeah.
I've dabbled in sales.
Jen O'Hara is one of the founders of Girls with Guns Clothing. She was supposed to be here. Couldn't be here. We're really sad. And actually, Barb was here, and she had to leave a little bit early, or left a little bit early. And so Jen is also on Team Ruger. So this whole trip has been a lot of Team Ruger, GWG, just a lot of good times. But we'll start first with Brooke. Why don't you tell everybody, like watching, listening, a little bit about yourself?
So Brooke Smith, like Kristy said, from right in the center of Oregon, Prineville, Oregon. Didn't start hunting till I was 20.
Adult onset hunting.
Yes. Midlife crisis. I started archery at 40, so but I just fell in love with it, all aspects of it. And so I am big I hunt a lot by myself, but I really enjoy doing ladies hunts. Just the camaraderie, learning from one another. I'm really involved in a ladies hunting camp, hunter's ed instructor. So I really like supporting women, especially in the hunting industry, and trying to make them comfortable, because I feel like sometimes it can be an uncomfortable situation for them to get into. So I just like to provide kind of a safe space to get them more active in the outdoors.
And your primary focus, you do so much with archery. So like where you're really archery heavy, I've always been slightly more firearm heavy. And you're a tinkerer. Like you can take apart your own bow and you can work on your own bow. And I'm like, I got to go to a bow shop. So I admire you for that.
Yeah, and same, vice versa, like with the rifles, you're super comfortable tearing them down, mounting the scope, sighting them in, figuring out your yardages and everything, where just in the last year I've gotten more involved in that. So that's been, like this was a great learning experience, having another female teach me those skills, because sometimes, just from my experience, women seem to learn better from other women rather than having a man try to explain some of those things. So, yeah.
And Miss Jen?
I'm Jen Holcomb, and I am from Casper, Wyoming.
She's a cow mom.
Yes.
I've got the cutest cows.
I've got the fluffy
You guys have
cows.
to follow her just to see her cows. They're so cute. Okay,
they are
sorry,
so fluffy and cute. Anyhow, I've been hunting for on and off, I guess, since I was about 25, just kind of dabbled in it here and there for the most part. And then my current husband really took me under his wing and got me really involved. But again, like Brooke was saying, coming to these ladies' hunts are just my jam anymore. Like, I love it. I mean,
Well, this
I
is
love
our
hunting,
second group hunt that we've done collectively.
and it's our third together now. Yep. So it's neat to be able to, hunt with people that you've hunted with before and pick up that camaraderie again and really become friends. Like, it's been really neat. I've struggled with lady friends, hunters. I'm not the go out and shop and stuff like that. So I've always kind of tended to be around the guys, but most of the guys my whole hunting career have handed me the scopes and everything on the rifles. And then, I took it from there and shot and do good with my shots. I'm proud of them. Mm-hmm. But this trip has just been amazing with learning how to put my own scope on. Like, I'm just ecstatic. I'm taking home so much knowledge that I didn't have before. And that stretching out to 480 yards was just amazing for me. I never thought I'd ever be able to do that and hit it on the first shot.
I just felt that we didn't have more time to go farther. I really wanted you guys to hit that bear at 8 hundo, and we just ran out of time. I know.
Yes.
I was like,
we've got more, we can do it later. But yeah, and just the friendships and the camaraderie and the lack of competition, hunting with women is just amazing to me.
Yeah.
I love it.
So when we were in Hawaii, we were all kind of fragmented. I felt like we were kind of spread out all over the place hunting. And here we did spread out as well. So, but we still got to spend some time together. So that was a lot of fun. And I was fortunate to be with both of you when you harvested your deer this week. So that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see your guys' reactions and watch you both just, you both shot perfect. It was great. Yeah, everything went so good. Yeah, I know. My little dog Frankie was really looking forward to Heart, and so Jen's Heart was like destroyed, which I'm still going to feed it to Frankie. It's in my fridge. And Brooke's Heart, we take it out of the deer, and I'm like so excited to give it to Frankie and take it home. And then we drag her deer, and I realized I had left the heart behind. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Did
I'm
you
sorry,
really?
Frankie. Yeah, it's at the gut pile still. But it's Frankie's favorite organ. She loves that.
Well, the whole gut pile was laying on the ground, and Frankie's like right there at my heart as I'm holding it. She didn't want nothing to do with that. She's like, Heart, I want the heart.
Yeah. No, it is really cool. So I know for me personally, I think I was in early 30s, and I had a friend tell me, he's like, look, there's a lot of things in life that you do well at. He's like, but there's a couple things you really suck at, and that is backpack hunting and shooting. He's like, you're terrible shooting. And he was right. I was doing some TV, and I had some situations where I was hunting and I couldn't make shots, which at that time, 350 yards I felt okay with. But I had a shot on an elk at 400 yards, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't shoot that far. And I was with an outfitter. We were trying to film a TV show, and the outfitter was really angry at me. Because I didn't want to take my reticle and just like hold on the top of the elk's back. Like at that point, I didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. I don't want to guess where my bullet is going to go. And so I didn't shoot an elk with that outfitter. And actually I went back with a friend, and the next day we did a better stalk, and we self-filmed me harvesting an elk at a more comfortable distance. And so I was at a place where it's like, okay, if I want to do this and I want to be more ethical and do the right thing by these animals, I really have to learn to be better with my firearm, because I owe it to the animals that I'm pursuing to do that. And that's when I started training. And I, like you ladies, I came from the same background where I had never mounted a scope. I was totally overwhelmed. I had no idea what I was doing. And now to be able to share my experiences in the way that I do things. It's not always the right way. There's a million ways to skin a cat. And then, what I figured out works for me, and to share that with you ladies and have you, at my range, putting your own rifles together is pretty cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're going to look back on this and be like, yeah, there was a time where I couldn't do that either.
Yep.
And I was nervous or uncomfortable. And now you have the confidence, hopefully. Obviously, with firearms, it's never like a one and done thing.
Right.
You don't learn something once and do it once and then you're good forever. Shooting is a perishable skill. And I am always still trying to learn all the time. And so hopefully you ladies will take, what we learned this week and, move on to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to take it home and teach my daughter.
Yeah. So tools, stuff like that. So the way that for the audience listening and watching, the way, our range day was set up is we have brand new Ruger Gen 2 Predators, and they're chambered in 7 PRC, Night Force rifle scopes. They're the 5 to 20s, and they're SHVs. And then we had Hornady ammo. So we had 175 grain precision hunters. So what we did is we took the Night Force rings and we put them on the pick rails. You guys were able to put your scopes in your rings, adjust eye relief, and then we zeroed the gun. So talk a little bit about, for like the viewers and listeners, what you guys thought when you walked in and you saw all the gear, the leveling tools, the optics, the components. Like, have you seen people obviously mount scopes? Did you know what to expect? Anything like that? Tools, possible tools, anything like that?
I was probably your most beginner in this class. I've never even watched them put the scopes on. Like, I was usually at work or something and they would put them on. So all the tools were a little overwhelming, the torques and all that stuff. I had to figure out the tool, you know what I mean, just to be able to put the screws in, because I didn't even know how the tool worked. So it was overwhelming walking into your container. Yeah.
Well, and that's one thing too, is like, I forget that you might not even know how to use the tool
levels,
or how to pick the correct tool. We had,
or what slipping a turret means.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was my bad. Yeah.
So yeah, it was overwhelming walking in there, but you did great. I mean, you're very patient and you really took the time with us to explain everything, and
you guys did it yourself.
In my scope. I'm very confident in that scope, and I'm very excited to go home. I already bought another box of ammo so I can go home and try and stretch it out and just, like you said, just do that repetition and, keep getting used to turning your turrets back to zero and, stuff that I've never, ever turned anything on a scope.
Yeah.
It was always, hold high, hold low, you go to the range and be like, okay, well, this line's for 200, this line's for 300. And it's like, you get out there and it was a lot more confident hunting, especially with you being there. I was so grateful that you were on my hunt with me, because just having you there for confidence, and I knew you knew what you were doing.
Well, you did great.
So it was a lot of help, and yeah, I'm really excited about everything that we learned and taking it back and growing on it.
What about you, Brooke? Takeaway?
Yeah, so I've had a little more experience. I've mounted scopes before, but I'm always unsure. Just the whole level thing is where I struggle.
Yeah.
And especially where we put the level on the action.
Yes, on the Picatinny rail.
Yeah, on the rail. I've never seen that done before, so that was an eye-opener, just to make sure that your gun's level, and so your reticle may look a little crooked when you're looking through it. So
on the target,
on the target. But just going through those steps and actually doing it myself, rather than asking my husband a question and then he comes and does it for me. So like my perspective is, now I'm way confident in that gun. And I know if I need to adjust something that I can do it. And so, very grateful for the opportunity. And every time a person gets to do that, they just build more self-confidence, and it adds tools to their toolbox of what they can do in the future. So
well, and you guys were able to visually see that when we mounted your optic, number one, we made sure, like you said, that the action is level.
Yes.
And then we put the barrel level on the barrel of the firearm, and then we removed that other little level off. And then when you put your scope in the rings, and as you torque down those rings, you could watch that bubble level on your scope and index it to the barrel level, and so that you knew as you tightened everything down that the reticle and that scope is level with your action, and so everything there is perfect.
Yeah.
So it's not even guessing in a corner. There's like so many ways to do things. Using a corner of a house to try to make sure your crosshairs are level, or a building or something. People do some things to there's a million ways to do things, but that's the way that I found. I feel like it's pretty accurate, or very accurate, and then chronographing rounds. Like, I think Brooke, you've done that before.
Yep.
I've never seen that done before. That was all foreign to me, and that's neat.
Yeah, and we were running the Magneto Speed V3s, and those are really intuitive, easy to use. You guys saw they just go in the barrel of the rifle, and and you were to watch how accurate your ammunition was, and we're shooting that Hornady Precision Hunter, and I think we were like 10 feet a second. Standard deviation was super, super good. The powder burn rate was very consistent, and our velocities were really stable. So it really shows a lot for Hornady as well.
Yeah.
I've been very impressed with that. That's the stuff that I shoot in my 6mm Creedmoor and everything. I really like the Hornady, the Hunter.
I don't know. So we put all that together, and then Kestrel, they were so generous. They sent you ladies all the Ruger Kestrel 5700, and had you download the apps. What did you guys think with all of that? Had either of you used it? Well, you haven't. Had you used it before?
I haven't. No. I've got friends who have, but no, I'm excited to take it home and put all my guns in it. And
yeah.
And
the cool thing is now you just have to go home and chronograph your rifles.
Yeah.
And get a little bit of like a bore height and twist rate, and enter a little bit of basic information, and use that bullet library to your disposal that's in there, and you're off and running.
Yeah.
And the cool thing I feel like for you ladies is that now you're going to have the confidence, or at least the foundation, to build on what you did at the range.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then I have those great YouTube videos too. If you forget, you can go on my YouTube channel and watch those how-to videos. Yeah. So zeroing the rifle, that went pretty good. You were a little rushed.
I was nervous. I was very nervous.
Yours was dark. Yours was dark. You got a little rushed on yours. We were running out of daylight. Literally, daylight savings time was not helpful. But we did. We came back to the range the next day and just buttoned it up and just reconfirmed everything was good. And same with you, Brooke. We just kind of fine tuned those zeros and made sure everything was perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. And we took them out. And we made sure they were perfect.
Yeah.
Got it
and
done.
it was cool because we got that data. You ladies watched that. You inputted it live. Actually, I was using Barb's Kestrel to get the data. And that's one thing, like, you get all this equipment, and if you've used it for a long time, you think, oh, it's easy. Well, then I picked up your guys' stuff as brand new, and I realized it was in meters.
Yeah.
And that was a step that I had skipped in the classroom part because I wasn't thinking about it being from the factory in meters. And so we were able to walk through and kind of troubleshoot some stuff. Luckily, we didn't burn any ammo. I picked it up right away. But, you ladies are able to now go into those software systems and modify and update as needed.
Yeah.
And then you take it home and hopefully build out more guns.
Yeah.
But so you're behind the gun. We go from 100 yards to 480. Had either of you shot 480 before?
Never.
No.
So those are both your farthest shots?
Yeah, 430 had been my farthest up to that point.
And to hit it on the first shot, both of it, that was so awesome.
That was
I
awesome.
felt great after. I felt ecstatic after that. That was crazy.
And in the wind, too.
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't just a calm.
Heck, I could barely find the little target out there, let alone,
Well,
and then I
mini
shot
bear-
it. I'm like,
The mini bear's small. It's not big.
Yeah.
It's pretty
when
small.
you told me how big the actual target
it's like
was
this
out there,
big.
I was
It's
like,
tiny.
oh my gosh, did we hit it?
Yeah, it's very small. And we had I was having you hold for a 10-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty good wind out there, and I'm like, hold on the butt, don't go off. Like just because I knew, because that mini bear is long enough that it'll give you a little float room.
Yeah.
I've tried to, stretch my rifles out in preparation for the Hawaii trip is where I was trying to stretch them out. I was so frustrated. So frustrated. So when you said, we're going to shoot 480, I'm like, oh, this is going to be my moment where I'm going to be humiliated and I'm never going to hit this thing. And then to hit it the first time with your, just wow.
First round. Talk about the bubble level too that we put on the side of your firearms.
I've never seen that.
No, I haven't either.
Really? Mm-mm. I thought that was pretty neat, and I like that you can really see it without moving your head. Like you can just kind of, you're good, and just to double check that. And
even yesterday morning when we were hunting that deer, I found myself using it. I mean, because it doesn't take anything. You can just glance.
Yeah, that's right.
You're still looking through the scope, but you can just glance and make sure that you're level. And
it's easy to forget, though.
yeah.
I have forgotten to use that a lot.
Sure. You get so hyped on, and your crosshairs are on the deer, and then you're like, oh, I gotta check the bubble.
And I always kind of take everything back to archery, but it's just like holding your bow level.
That's right.
Because yesterday morning when we were on that deer, I felt like the rifle was level and it wasn't. So I did have to make it a little bit of a tweak. So yeah.
And it's the same thing with a bow, because if you're canting that bow, your arrow is going to fly out of the bow incorrectly. And
Yeah.
so, if you level up that rifle, a lot of times your sight picture and your optic looks crooked. Like the crosshair does not look straight on the target. And
Mine's not when it's level.
Yeah, people tend to want to like cant over the rifle, and that's the other thing. We put bipods on. Have you ladies ran bipods before?
No.
For the Hawaii hunt,
Yeah.
I had gotten a bipod and put it on my 6mm, but was never comfortable with them.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I'm a whole lot more comfortable just from dealing with it just the past 2 days or the couple days.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I love having a bipod on the fore end of my rifle. I won't hunt without one because if I can get prone, or you could get prone, I would say 100% do it. Neither one of you shot prone.
No, the night before, we had a deer come in late, and so I was in prone position hoping to get a shot, and I wasn't, but it was nice to have that bipod for sure.
Yeah, you're not searching for a backpack or trying to finagle something together to shoot.
Yeah, and it was going to be a longer yardage. I mean, we were talking almost 400 yards, so, I mean, that was...
that's a night. We
so
were
I
out,
was
yeah.
not going to... I mean, that was going to be my position if I was going to take one at that distance, so, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I've never really, because I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so I was always a tree stand hunter. So I had never shot prone really prior to you. I mean, that's what I asked you. I'm like, hey, can you do like a little prone thing quick? Because I'm just not comfortable. And you, again, you did great on that, and I feel confident going prone now.
Well, different body mechanics too make prone. Depend on if you have injuries or neck problems. Some people have a hard time getting into prone. A lot of chesty women have a hard time being in prone, just because everything just gets shoved up.
Yeah.
It's like so. Prone's not always the easiest position to get into, but it's the most stable. So if you're going to shoot far, it's the best thing positionally that you can get into. Now, Brooke, you shot your deer standing.
Yes.
On tripod, and that's the most difficult position you can shoot from.
Yeah, not my favorite, but I felt good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it all came together.
That happened fast, though. I mean, that deer jumped the fence, and we were go time, and there was no way really for you to. I don't think you could have gotten prone to shoot him with the terrain.
No.
The way it was.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did the right thing getting you on sticks, and then you shot kneeling.
Well, we tried to do prone in the morning when we were watching him, and I probably would have been able to get one if he would have stayed still, but the rut, they just never stay still. So
Your deer, you got shafted. Your deer would be like, "Hey," and he'd like put his butt to you and like turn around and like look.
Or he would, broadside, but then he'd turn his head the whole way around and like his head.
Cover his
I'm
body
like,
and his vitals.
really?
I forgot he was doing that too. Like he'd like totally curve his face around and like, don't shoot him in the face.
I even told him one time, I was like, really? I almost had that shot, and he put his face right in there. I'm like, I can't shoot him in the face.
No, and he was really just cat and mousing around. Yeah.
Around the bush. He'd go in there, and he'd come right. We'd be waiting for him to come out somewhere else, and he'd come right back out the same
Oh my gosh.
spot. But it was neat that we could let him go. Mm-hmm. And man, when we came back that afternoon,
He was chasing.
out. He came right out. My heck, the one time he was coming right towards us. We're like, okay, go time.
Yeah. But that can backfire too. Like you can put them what you think is to bed and never see them again too.
Especially in the rut.
You just don't know. I mean, it did work out for this situation. We were very fortunate for that, thankfully. And he was still there. He wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't leaving all those does.
He was not leaving that doe. No. That was funny because he'd go up here and chase some bucks. And he ran up and fought that buck and came right back down in. And it was neat seeing the rut action out here.
Yeah.
From Pennsylvania, I've seen the rut, hunted in the rut a couple of times, but it's such a little meadow, just a little window of it. And to see it in such wide open spaces and all the bucks and all the action was just amazing too.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm hooked on whitetail, on rut action in Wyoming now.
It's so fun.
Yeah, to get that whole picture.
Yeah.
That was
It
really
was
cool.
fun to see everything out in their element.
And the elk herd.
Yeah, the elk.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Got to hear the elk calling. I've never heard that out
Were
in the
they?
wild.
Did you hear the elk? I didn't
Yeah.
know. I wasn't with you guys when that went.
The cows were
The cows
mewing.
were mewing. I was like,
Yep.
I'm like, was there really a bull bugling?
No,
But the
not
cows
all
were
that.
mewing.
But even
Okay,
just
cool.
that was really neat.
That's
for me.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and
got a
those
lot of-
elk move around so much too that it's really a blessing that you got to experience them that close, because they have such a huge area that they winter in out here, and they can go 5-10 miles in a day, no problem.
Yeah.
And they do.
We had them pretty close for like 2 or 3 days. They were different canyons. It was nice to see them in the background and all the mule deer action. And
Yeah.
we saw bobcat.
Saw bobcat.
Yeah. Lots of
Saw
growls.
porcupine last night.
We got really blessed with wildlife this trip.
It was fun. Well, and what a beautiful area. I've never been to this part of Wyoming, and it's just gorgeous.
It is really. The Bighorn Mountains are beautiful.
They are so. The first time I
absolutely
came
beautiful.
here, I was here for the Wyoming Women's Antelope Hunt. I came with Ruger, and I saw the Bighorn Mountains, and I just built a beautiful house in Prineville, and I called my family, and I was like, we have to move to Wyoming. And my parents are like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And within 6 months, I had moved.
Yeah.
That was me. I came out here in 2020 with the mule deer hunt. That was when me and Brooke actually met. That was our first hunt together
Where was that at?
in Newcastle.
Okay.
Yeah, more over towards Newcastle. And
Did you guys get deer?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Both got mule deer.
Yeah. And then I told everybody when we left here, like, I just got this overwhelming, humble, just like closer to God. You know what I mean? Just an amazing feeling when I was here.
Yeah.
And I told everybody when we left, I said, it'll be about within 2 years. I'm pretty sure we'll be moving out here, and I'll be darned. And that was funny because then we went to Hawaii and hunted togetger.
Yeah.
And me and you
we
were
were
both moving
moving.
to Wyoming at the same time.
Yeah. We were property shopping.
Yeah. So that was
We're
a
up
neat
here
full
next.
circle.
I know.
Yeah. The thing, the nice thing, what I love about Wyoming versus, for example, Oregon, is in Oregon, any opportunity, you better take it.
Yes.
On
That was
any
Pennsylvania.
species. Yeah. It was always, opportunity hunting. And in Wyoming, you can do more selective hunting. And you ladies saw it out in the field. In Oregon, if you see a deer and you have a deer tag, you'd be hard pressed to pass a deer.
Yep.
Regardless of what it is. And in here, with the whitetail deer, I mean, how many deer do you ladies think you saw?
Oh my gosh, I lost count every time we
Yeah.
went out.
Yeah.
Well, you can ask her from being from Pennsylvania, if you get 3 on one side and it's legal, you better take it or you're not getting meat in the freezer. Well, that first morning we went out, Brooke and I were in the truck together, and I was just, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, it was so amazingly overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, it was so cool. And yeah, I've never had that many bucks to be choosy, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or even to see that kind of stuff. So it's neat. And the amount of land that we have out here to hunt is just
Yeah.
phenomenal.
A lot of wild
I'm
spaces.
so excited to really get
Yeah.
into hunting more in Wyoming. And
I think Wyoming must do a great job managing their wildlife. I mean, it just shows.
We don't have the population of humans either.
yes,
That's true. Yeah. But no, like you say, Oregon's definitely an opportunity state. So if you get an opportunity, you better take it. So yeah, that's been the few times I came to Wyoming and hunted. I mean, it's just you kind of get to pick which one you want to take. So that's
Which makes it fun.
It
Also.
does.
But it's also heartbreaking because you can be like me and you're like have your mind on like a particular animal. I did that with mule deer, and I had a deer I wanted to harvest, and I never did harvest that deer. I ended up harvesting another nice deer. Right now I'm hunting a deer.
Yeah.
And it was like, it can be very heartbreaking. So there's a good and a bad with all of that too. Having more opportunities sometimes, like we tend to want to set the bar maybe, whatever, a little higher. Maybe you should lower the bar a little bit, but whatever. Too late now. But,
at least you have opportunities.
yeah,
Yes.
you get to see wildlife. I mean, that's one of the things, like being here. Even this morning, I was in the stand and I saw bucks chasing and does and wild turkeys and all of that, just in a couple hour span. And it's truly remarkable to be in wild places and be out here in Wyoming. I just love it so much. And to be able to have a gun range at my own house, and which I had in Oregon. But to be able to host people and bring them into my home and show them what Wyoming has to offer is really, really
Which is very
fun.
generous of you. And I mean,
Yes.
I'm very appreciative for this whole opportunity. I mean, it was great to go out and see your range and, of course, see you again.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But then for you to set all of this up, I mean, it was just,
Thank you.
it was phenomenal. And
Yes.
and I really, really appreciate
Well,
the
it's
opportunity.
not me setting it up, it's my partners, right? Like, Ruger sent firearms and Night Force,
Yeah.
and, we have Kestrel that sent the the chronographs, the ballistics computers for you ladies to keep, and then the Hornady's ammo, and so all of it's, you know, it was a very big collective effort, and to make it happen is, you know, it takes a lot. And I think the big thing is in order for hunting and shooting sports to succeed, women have to get involved.
Yep.
And we have to get beyond that this is just for the guys. But we also have to get to a place where we feel empowered. And so I think having more tools and more knowledge keeps us feeling from like less frazzled, perhaps. Like I saw you a couple of times when there's a little crosstalk going on at the range and you were a little uncertain about something, like you look like you had steam coming out your ears. And I was just like, all right, let's just pause.
Let's back up.
Let's just back down and like, let's walk through this.
Yeah.
And like being able to be like, have that comprehension, I think for you is going to be huge. It's like, okay, I get it now. I know it. I know, okay, I've slipped my turret. Okay, this is what that means. Post-fire checks. You know, what are we doing on post-fire checks, ladies? After you shoot your gun, what is the first things you do?
Open your bolt.
And when you're done shooting, open your bolt. Return to zero.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Return to zero.
Sorry.
Return to
Yes.
zero. Return to zero.
Yes.
Return to zero. Yeah. Back off that
Deer in the
magnification.
headlight look over
You
here.
guys are like, the teacher's asking us a question.
I know.
Return
look at
to zero.
that. We did pay attention, but really, what
Open
did
the
we
bolt,
miss here?
Return to zero. That's like the biggest thing, because what you don't want is you've been at the range, you shot rounds downrange, you shot 480 as your last target, and you put your gun in your gun case and you go hunting and you have a deer at 100 yards, you miss it because your turret's still on.
Yep. Well, and
Yeah.
let's just talk about what happened with mine. We shot the 480.
Yeah.
We came back, you said zero your turrets, and I didn't know, I didn't even think about it. I just went around to the zero again, so we had to kind of take a step back
Yeah.
and redo my gun and make sure that everything was on zero, and well, it wasn't, remember, because we
Yeah.
had to bring it back up.
But yeah, you turned in the wrong direction.
Yes.
But that's just.
But again, it's
Yeah.
just repetition and learning curve,
Yeah.
and so I'm looking forward to going home and
Yes.
shooting it out and keep bringing it back to zero and really get that in my brain as like a habit.
Return to zero.
Yep.
And the other thing too, I think with archery, and Brooke, you're probably with this, with archery, if you're shooting left, you move your sight to the left.
Correct.
With a rifle, when you're shooting left, you move your turret to the right. Yeah. So it's like
Follow your arrow, don't follow your bullet.
yeah, and do not follow your bullet because you're going to go the wrong way. So sometimes I have to stop what I'm doing and remind myself of things too. And so going back and forth, you know, getting that muscle memory can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes too.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, did I return to zero? Did I do these things? And so I try to have, like, when I go to the range, kind of a mental checklist on things, and so after I shoot, bolts open, mag comes out, verify empty, return to zero, and I drop the magnification on my scope. Because the other thing that'll happen, you get on a hunt and you've shot a target at 800 yards or whatever practicing, and you get out and you're trying to shoot a deer at 150 yards and your scope's turned all the way up on 20. And you're like, okay, I can't find it. Well, now you got to take the time to back off the magnification versus, if you start with that wider field of view, you can always bring in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other thing I think for you ladies too was parallax. You guys hadn't used parallax adjustment before, and we have illuminated reticles in this, so you were able to use your illuminated reticle the other
in
when
the
we were
evening.
zeroing yours. Kind of got into some low light shooting, and so there's so many nice features that are on this optic that I think are really great that you're going to all really really appreciate.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with the optics.
Yeah.
I usually struggle with my eye relief and stuff, and
Yeah, but you said it yourself.
man, to pull up that gun, and when I actually shot my deer, that's the very first time I've ever gotten to like keep my eyes through the scope and watch everything go down. Like to see all that was just amazing to me. That was an accomplishment in itself.
That was cool.
Because I'm usually okay, we're done. Okay, now I got to find everything again. You know what I mean? It was so awesome to actually watch him go everywhere that he went right through the scope.
Well, and also what was awesome is you heart shot that deer, and the blood that was coming out of it was like spraying, like every heartbeat was like, it was unbelievable to watch in the binoculars. So I was like, holy smokes. So I'm
we were
sure.
actually worried that I shot back so far because the blood was just spewing.
That's crazy.
It was epic experience.
Yeah.
Epic.
That was really a cool. That was cool. And yours just like dumped.
Yeah.
I was like, where'd it go? I know it was over there somewhere. It's gone now. It's down. She gone. It's down.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, both of you did a great job, and it was a lot of fun. I think what I would love to do at some point is get both of you back out here and kind of do this next step, right? Do some more positional shooting, get you more comfortable with dialing return to zero, shooting steel at distance, and getting in and out of positions. And I mean, that's kind of like that next step for the both of you, I think, would be that next succession of tools, because it's just being able to quickly get on target acquisition, speed times.
Repetition and more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'd be game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of it is just getting really comfortable with it. And the other thing I think for you guys now, like when we mounted your scopes and you learned about how to set your eye relief, you know, when you're doing that at home, set it at max power, and all the little tricks to make sure it fits you properly. And we talked about measuring length of pull. Do either one of you have to adjust your length of pull? You need to shorten yours a little. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Me and you were
it's a little,
about the same.
Mine was, I need to get a different spacer on the back of my rifle because I need to get a shorter one from Shop Ruger to shorten
That's what I think I'm going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And yours was good though, but you have a longer arm.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's one thing, you know, measuring length of pull, making sure your rifle fits right, the stock fits you properly is the first step. And I know Barb kind of struggled with that because her scope was set so far back, and it was so far back in her rings, it wasn't really where I would want to see it. I mean, it worked, but I would want to see it more balanced in her rings. But that goes to, she needs to order the spacer to shorten that length of pull. And it really, you know, I really try to impress on people the most important thing you can have is your firearm fit you properly, because it's truly an extension of your body. It's like trying to shoot a bow with an incorrect draw length.
Yeah.
It's hard to be accurate if it doesn't fit you properly. And everybody knows that in the archery world, and your draw length is gospel. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever tries to pick up somebody's bow. If they're a 26-inch draw like me, there's no archer who's going to be like, oh, I'm just going to shoot my husband's bow with a 28-inch draw length. Nobody does that. But with rifles, everybody does that. Yeah. But you're compromising the same bit of accuracy or have loss of accuracy when you have a rifle that doesn't fit you properly. So I think learning how to measure it, how to make sure, hey, can I comfortably reach the trigger? And if you can't, then what can we modify? Do we need to physically cut the stock? Can we order an aftermarket stock? Is there a spacer system? You know, that's one thing I love about Ruger firearms is they make firearms that have adjustability out of the box for all statures of shooters. They don't make guns for women. They make guns for all sizes of people.
Mm-hmm. I've been really impressed with the Ruger firearms.
Oh, absolutely.
I've switched, obviously, over the years, and now I'll only buy Ruger. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I absolutely love them, and they fit me so much better. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So much better.
Well, I think that just kind of going to all the women's events that I've been to, the sponsors are a huge thing.
For sure.
So like with this, and especially I think with women's events, because I mean, I tend to be dedicated. If Ruger's sponsoring or Night Force is sponsoring, I'm going to go to them. Yeah. I mean, they're supporting us, and so I want to give them my business. And not to mention, I mean, it's just great quality products. But I mean, just the sponsorships from Hornady on down the line, it's crucial and it's important. And I think they may gain more business from doing that than they realize.
Well, the thing is a group like this is you ladies are leaders in your own homes and your own communities as well. And so you can take what you've learned and you can pass it on. So now you can talk to other women and say, hey, this is how I've mounted my rifle scopes, or this is how we zeroed the rifles. I mean, you ladies, you had to bore sight your own rifles. Yeah. I think when we started with you had to, that was so funny. I'm like, all right, Jen, bore sight. And we have the bolt out. And I'm like, you got it. You got the target in the center of the barrel. Yep, I got it. And I looked at the board,
look down the side of it, and I'm like, oh, you can look through it.
I'm like, what do you? This is not on the target. You're like, wait, you're looking in the hole? That was great. That was great. But now you know.
Now I know. Now I know. Yeah, that was funny.
But every one of you at bore sighting, your first shot was on paper.
Yeah.
Our second shots were all averaging about 10 inches high. on the target. So then we were like, okay, well, these tend to be screaming about 10 inches high at 100. So let's kick down the elevation.
But that was the other cool part about being with women again. Like, okay, if I would have done that with the guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They would have
there's
been
no shaming with the
"Oh,
women. And
yeah, it's so encouraging and everything. Like, we just laughed it off, and you taught me how to do it right, and it was like, you know what I mean? No big deal.
You don't know the terminology. When I say to do something, I'm assuming you understand the terminology, but if you've never done it before, how do you have comprehension? It's like learning a new word without seeing a picture of, like, you know, whatever. In another language, almost, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like slipping a turret.
Like,
I was like, okay, we need to just hold on. What is exactly slipping the turret?
Yes. Well, and Brooke got it. So Brooke did it. I'm like, Brooke, did you slip your turrets? Yep, got it. And then I asked you, and you're like, and then I'm like, wait a second. Okay, this is what this means. So let's go back and do this. And but it's catching on, you know, different levels of experience too.
Yep.
And it is, for you, Jen, it's learning a new language.
It really was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and I feel confident now, so it's awesome.
You're like, if someone says,
go
did you
home and
slip
take
your
the
turret?
scope off my other one and make sure that the guys did it right.
Well, you're going to know when you go home now. You're going to be able to look at your other firearms, put them in your arm, check to see if your length of pull is correct. Be like, okay, this firearm, length of pull is too long. You're going to be able to pull up your rifle and close and open your eyes in a comfortable place. And if that eye relief, if you're looking forward or pulling back, you're going to know right away, this is not proper for me. And how is it going to affect you?
Pretty sure my 6mm Creedmoor, I'm going to have to remount this, which I'm excited to do.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm excited to take it off and do it myself and figure it all out, because the guys set it up, and I know every time I bring that one up, I gotta.
You're hunting pecking.
You gotta kind of reach into it. So I'm kind of excited to go home and tear that bugger apart and start from scratch, and know that next time I pick that one up, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
There are my guns.
Yeah.
And then get it into the Kestrel and do, you know, get all the chronographing done and all that stuff, and I'm excited.
And it's actually pretty, like, data input into the Kestrel is very easy. It's not as overwhelming as you'd think it'd be creating that data. And people want to make it sound like it's some big mystery science. The mechanics within the ballistics computers, the Kestrel 5700s, you enter the data in math. Good math in gives you good math out.
Yeah.
So if you enter everything correctly, then you're good. If you have your barrel, if you have the twist rate right, if you have your sight height correct, if you have your zero range correct, if you have it in meters or yards, whichever it's supposed to be in, minutes of angle versus mils, all of those things, you put good data in, and then you get good data out. And that's one of the things, like, we were looking at the Hornady box, and it had a velocity on there of like 3,000 feet a second. But they're testing that on a different barrel out of a different firearm, and it could be a different barrel length. The longer the barrel is, the more time that powder has to burn, the faster your velocities are going to be. So you really have to true that stuff up for your specific firearm. And, you know, those are all great starting points. But you ladies really learned how to take all of that and put it together and know now what that means when you see the ballistic app ask you those questions for that information. You know what to put in there.
That I've heard MOA like a million times over and never really fully comprehended it until you, and actually taken time and really taught us how to go through that. So now I'm like confident in MOA and everything. And
well, we didn't even really get into the whole minutes versus mils and like.
Well, not versus the mils. Right. I'm still fine on the versus mils, but at least I'm pretty confident in like MOA. It was interesting watching you telling us, okay, well, this is you know 2 inches, and we're going to do this, and what our MOA is on our gun, and so I feel confident with that now too, that I might be able to join some more conversations with the guys next time.
Well, now you know, if you are 2 minutes, if you're 2 inches low at 100 yards, if you dial up 2 minutes, that's going to put your bullet where you want it. And it's just that simple. Now at 200 yards, that's going to be, instead of it'll double basically. So your 1 inch at 100 yards is 2 inches at 200 yards. It's 3 inches at 300 yards. And then on out. So a 1 inch group at 100 yards is 10 inches at 1,000 yards. So if you know, one thing I always tell people, if your firearm is only capable between you, your fundamentals, your firearm, your optic, your ammunition, you're only shooting a 1-inch group at 100 yards. At 500 yards, the best you're going to shoot is a 5-inch group.
Yeah.
At 1,000 yards, the best you're going to shoot is a 10-inch group. And so you take all of that into the equation, and then you add in your positional shooting, you add in all of these things, and you can say, okay, ethically, should I make a 400-yard shot? Okay, well, the best I can shoot from the prone at the bench, maybe 4 inches, right? Okay, so if I have a margin of error there, it's a deer, and I have 4 inches on either side of that 4 inches, okay, I'm still reasonable in making the shot. Or versus, it's a 550 and I'm starting to stretch my limitations a little bit. And developing those limitations are going to make you more accurate and also more ethical.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people, I think, especially you go on like an antelope hunt, they want to throw down shooting sticks and be like, shoot 400 yards, and you're standing and you're like, and you haven't dialed and you haven't practiced that, and it's just extremely overwhelming. And with this, you guys are going to be able to take that trajectory out. You still have to factor for wind, but you're going to know, okay, if the antelope's 400 yards and I dial where my 400-yard data is, your bullet's going to get there, minus factoring in the wind.
Yeah.
Can I hold the danger space, the vital zone on that target in that space, and factor in the wind and make the shot ethically?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It's a super liberating feeling, knowing that you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you said, versus guessing.
Yes.
Holding crosshairs on the back or,
Yeah, that stuff. And the technology is so good anymore. We don't have to guess.
Yeah.
You don't have to guess. If you dial that 400-yard data on that antelope, your bullet is going to get there.
Yep.
Again, wind, but
That 480 shot on that little itty bitty target, yes. That took my confidence level up and raised the passion. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want to go home and I want to stretch them out and I want to have that feeling again. So I'm going to put more time and effort into it, and it's a good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, and then pretty soon you guys will be standing and doing shots. Like the other day I had my cameraman out from North Carolina. He's never shot more than 100 yards. And I was trajectory validating my rifle before I went hunting. And we shot standing 800 yards. And he hit it 2 times out of 3 standing at 800 yards. And he's like, I can't believe I just did that.
Wow.
And I was like, look at you go, man. Like, he was so jazzed. He like took photos and videos. He sent them to his parents. And like, but just knowing that you can put all those tools together and be that accurate is pretty awesome feeling.
Absolutely. Definitely confidence builder.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are the big hunts for you ladies? Now, Brooke, you just got done caribou and moose.
Yeah.
You did whitetail this year. I mean, what else have you got going on?
I'm headed to Texas next month for Sandhill Cranes for a weekend, another girls' weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I got a gator hunt next year. Hopefully next year I'll get to spend more time archery elk hunting in Oregon, because that's the one hunt that my husband and I do together. So I didn't get to do much of that this year because of my BC trip. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up.
What about you?
Yeah. I'm going to delve more and more into Wyoming hunting next year. I broke my ankle in June, so I've been down for like 4 months, unfortunately. So I missed a lot this year.
You've been suffering.
Oh,
you
it's
haven't even
been
been able to
horrible.
walk most of the summer. It was horrible.
That stalk on the side of the hill was, I was pretty sore that night. But I've never really hunted elk.
Yeah.
So I'm going to really put some more effort into just home hunting next year.
She is coming to Oregon in January.
I was going to say,
We're
Yep.
going sturgeon fishing, and I'm going to take her turkey hunting. She's never killed a turkey before.
Yep.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah.
Yep.
So she's
we're
gonna-
going to go spend a week together, and yeah.
You got all that here too. I just want to remind you of that.
I don't have Brooke.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear
And
you.
she's never been to Oregon. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're going to do a little sightseeing, and I'm going to go spend my birthday in Oregon with Brooke.
Nice.
Yeah.
And there is quite a few turkeys around Prineville.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you know where to go.
Yes.
Then you'll find those turkeys. And the NWTF has done a really good job on a lot of habitat restoration over there. They've done a lot of work for,
That's really cool.
for turkeys over there. But that's exciting. You girls have some really fun stuff. I don't know, I'm still a struggle stick the rest of the season. I got bow in a hand, so yeah. Well, no, I have Montana coming up for mule deer.
Oh, okay.
For rifle, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. It'll be
Well, I've
fun.
learned a lot about Wyoming tags and, different units and that kind of stuff now, being here a little bit longer and talking to more people.
Yeah.
And so
It's confusing.
it's very confusing. So I've learned a lot, especially just from here, from, our guides. They were very informative about stuff. And So I think I'm going to take that and really hone in on Wyoming hunting next year, see what I can get into.
And Brant and Ellen are amazing.
They
Love
are.
them.
So Brant and Ellen own Rangeland Outfitters where we're at, and we're in their living room right now, sitting on recliners, just chilling. It's cold and raining outside, and here we are, comfy and warm, and they make it feel like home.
Oh yeah, they've been awesome.
Yeah.
It's been an experience. They're funny. They're authentic.
Yes.
Our word of the trip. They are authentic, and it's so nice to be around them.
Yeah, they're great. And Ellen was your guide.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Brant, you got stuck with Brant.
It's all right. He got stuck with me, I think.
I know.
Yeah.
But don't you just love them both?
Yes.
I mean, they're awesome people, and Ellen is no BS. She's gonna look at you and okay, this is what I think you should do. And then she leaves it up to you. Just pause.
Yep.
She looked at you. She's like, "Okay, Jen, I really like the look of this deer.
Yep.
I think you should shoot this deer."
Is that okay with you?
And then
Yes.
she's like, "Go shoot it." Okay, go shoot it. And then Brad is like, "Well, yeah, you can shoot this deer. Okay. Well, no, you're not shooting that one."
I got out on one the day before, and he just sat there and shook his head. I'm like, okay, never mind.
He's like, "Don't do it."
No. Which I'm not a good judge of whitetail. I've only hunted whitetail once before, and that was in Tennessee. So I really relied on him to let me know if it was a shooter or not. And
Well, and everyone's deer was very unique.
it was.
Yeah.
They were. Yeah.
They're all neat.
Yeah.
Me and my husband were actually just talking about that this morning when I sent him the 3 picture, and he's like, "Wow, Brooks just, I love the tines, and I love this, and Barb's had the width, and all that, and then my brow tines that come up so far." Like, it was just so neat how he picked out like something cool on everybody's mount.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was a fun experience, and tasty meats.
Yes.
Tasty meats. Yes.
Love filling the freezer. That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
And you're donating some meat to a veterans group, are you not? Or Brooke is. Who's doing?
Jen, some of her meat that she has in her freezer.
Yep. I have quite a bit of beef left over from a bull that had to go, unfortunately, last year. And whatever's left over from our whitetails and stuff, I'm going to take into Casper. There's a group, I can't think of what it's called, and isn't that horrible? But they distribute it to veterans and things like that. And then I also have a sweet little horse trainer girl across the mountain right here, actually, and she's going through some rough times. So I called her up, and I'm going to drop some off to her as well.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah. Sharing the harvest is, I think, an important part. And I think that's one of the best ways to convert people from being not necessarily anti-hunting, but non-hunting, to understanding the value of hunting.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
No, and this poor girl, she's a big hunter. So there's a possibility that she was going to join us, but she's just,
Couldn't do it this
life
year.
happens, and she didn't pull any tags and didn't have any time this year. So I was like, I'd be more than happy, to run some over to you guys. And it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah, I agree. It is a great feeling. My parents' freezer is empty, so I donated my Missouri buck to them. I was like, "Here you go, Mom and Dad."
Yep.
Like, that is a good feeling when you can help with other people. And actually, there's a local couple here in town in Wyoming. Last year, I came home from Texas with a whitetail, and I just brought it to them. And I mean, because not everybody hunts, but everybody likes meat. Actually, the guys in my gym, I have like all these like beefcake guys in the gym, and they are like machines when it comes to eating meat. And we donated an antelope to the gym.
That's awesome.
So like all the guys are like, "We want some meat." I'm like, "Okay, you guys eat somebody at a house and home."
Yeah.
So yeah. It's pretty funny. So, Brooke, will you ship your meat home then?
I'm going to take it home on the plane with me.
Sweet. That's a good idea. And you're getting it from Double L here locally?
No, Brent's he's going to debone it for me.
And just freeze it and take it home?
Yep.
And process it at home?
Yep,
That's
exactly.
awesome. Yeah. And that's a lot of people don't realize you can actually take meat home with you. We took our meat home from Hawaii.
Yeah.
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 So that was good. The Axis deer, I don't think there's a better meat in the world.
Oh my gosh.
It's so good.
I keep telling Brooke, I'm like, we should really plan because I'm ready to go back.
I don't. It's
My
so
freezer-
expensive. I'm
Well-
so cheap. That trip was so expensive.
It was.
Like,
So I've met an outfitter on Molokai, not on Maui, and he's really been like we could go to the farms.
Yeah.
and do some conservation work, and he would let us stay in his cabin.
Nice.
In the jungle
Oh.
by the waterfall.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just told Brooke, I was like, maybe we should really, start try to plan
Thinking
something.
about going back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the best meat I've ever had.
Oh, it's so
And
good.
my freezer glitched out,
Oh no, you lost
and I
them.
lost everything in my freezer and most of my access was
Oh,
in there.
no.
I was devastated. Absolutely
is a life
devastated.
ruin.
And all my leftover whitetail from Pennsylvania. So everything was gone. So right now we're just all beef, a little bit of antelope, and then we'll have the whitetail now when we
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's tough, but I had that happen one time where my freezer glitched out like that and I lost everything too. It was horrible.
I'll tell you, Jen and Narissa actually recommended a little alarm.
Oh yeah, mine has an alarm on it.
Yep.
But
It
doesn't
goes
work
to
if
my
you,
phone.
It doesn't work if you're not home. Oh,
It
yours goes to your phone. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
So it's
Okay.
actually a separate one from your actual thermostat on your freezer, and you plug it in, and it goes into your Wi-Fi, and then it goes right to our phone. So
I
we
need to
put
get one
that
of
in
those.
now, and it was like
smart.
$30.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not much at all.
Huh. I need to get one because I'm never home, and I can tell you that would be a real bad deal if. Actually, I was out of town one time, and my neighbor called me, and he's so random. He was like, used to be an FBI agent, and he calls me. He's like, Kristy, I'm a little concerned. Your lawn is browning, and I don't think your lawn sprinklers are going on. I think you might have popped a GFI. And he went in the garage, and my GFI had popped, and my freezer had started to thaw, and he caught it in time
wow.
to where it actually salvaged. I did not lose my meat.
Thank
But
goodness.
if it weren't for my neighbor being like Mr. Investigator, I would have been like,
Wow.
second freezer I would have lost. Yeah.
Well, we kept our freezer in the well house. Well, we don't go in there very often, so didn't even think anything of it. Went in there one day and just wet spot all in the front, and I'm like, that's not right.
good.
That should not be wet right there. And I popped it open. It was horrible. We
Rotten.
lost everything, and it was full.
Dang.
That sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pivoting, ladies, do you have any advice for other women? Like that want to learn more, want to do more, resources, helpful tips, things that empowered you?
My motto is do the things. If there's something that you want to do, do it. Even if you can't find a buddy to do it on your own. I'm all for doing adventures by myself. I'll invite other people to go, but
Yeah.
Life's short, so just do them. And
Amen.
even like my stepmom, she's not into hunting, but we've empowered her with firearms. So she's found a love for shotguns. But it's just, I don't know, something about learning a new thing. It can be really empowering. So if there's something you want to do, I just say do it.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
I can back that up.
Yep.
Yep.
Anything?
And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to reach out to, especially other women. Don't be afraid to reach out and look for women groups. There's actually a lot of resources out there for women's groups now, and podcasts and different things that you can, tips and stuff you can look up and really empower yourself. Just don't be afraid. Do the things. I'm with that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So some of the women's groups that I'm aware of would be like Armed Women of America, and that would be for like firearms training. We have Northwest Ladies Hunting Camp, which you teach, coach at, mentor at. That's with Candy Yao. There's also Tana Grenda has the Wild Women's Rendezvous now. I've taught at both camps. They're both fantastic women that put them on. Wilderness is another one that I've not actually been with those women before, but I podcasted with the founder or one of the gals that is on the board for that group, and that's kind of a Midwest group. And then there's another group called First Hunt Foundation that I'm on the board for, and First Hunt Foundation is pretty remarkable. They've got chapters all over the country, and it's not just men or women or kids, it's everyone. Anybody of all ages first hunt, and they train you, and they have tons of vetted mentors and similar to some of the other programs. So there's a few resources for you all if you're looking for more inspiration out there that's watching or listening, that might help you connect in with some good people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you could think of any more ladies,
I was gonna say, I think Women of the Wild is pretty good too. I've joined that group and watched them. They have stuff going on all over the country. So I think anywhere you look, you should be able to find something now.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Because, 10 years ago, you wouldn't find a women's, you know, a lot of resources for women groups and stuff like that.
Well, I think Candy's group's been around for almost 10 years.
I think this is the 10th year.
I was going to say,
this will
it's
be the
been around
10th
for
year
10
of
years.
camps.
But there was about 10 years ago, there was a big shift.
Yeah.
I really, you're right, you're spot on with that, because prior to that, there wasn't a lot.
No.
Yeah.
And the thing, like with the instructors, at least all the ones with Candy's camp, I mean, we build these relationships that, you know, hopefully will last a lifetime. But I mean, we're all there. We're all volunteers. We come back year after year because we want to help women and kids get confident in what they're doing. And you know, we get people that show up that are really nervous. They maybe have no skills whatsoever. I mean, they've never touched a firearm or a bow. But I mean, that's why we're there. And so just seeing them hit that aha moment and just realize that we're not intimidating. I mean, we truly, truly want to help them. And we want to take the time for them to be confident and get it figured out. So it's not scary. Just ask questions, because we've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all started where we don't know anything. No matter, you know, I mean, like with you on the range, this, you know, you were, like you said, probably the least experienced. And I was really proud of you for asking questions. If you didn't understand what we were doing, you jumped, you know, hey, can you explain that a little bit more? And that's hard to do sometimes. But if you don't, then you kind of just get brushed by the side, and then you're more confused and frustrated. And
And then you hand
It's
your
a
firearm to your
snowball effect.
husband and you let him
Exactly.
just do it and be done with it.
it is a snowball effect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, getting the guns out of the hands of your husbands and put them in yours.
Yes. That's even like pistols. We went to gun sight. You know, we did that. That was another thing we all did together.
yeah, that's right. I forgot
we
about
were all
that.
at gun sight and training.
Yeah.
I about had a meltdown. You know, I've never been in a room with that many firearms, you know, and pistols have always been, you know, not my thing. So they scared me. And it really took, gun sight again was a huge thing for me to walk away with. I still repeat, you know, the things that we learned down there and just keep repeating it to myself over and over and over again and giving myself the confidence to work with my, you know, all
And
firearms
Eileen's a great
now.
instructor.
Oh,
Eileen's
she was
amazing. I love her.
amazing.
I've reached out to her several times since then.
Really?
Yep, shooting my rifle and stuff. I'll send her videos and she critiques and
Really?
yeah, we've kept
that's
in
so
contact.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was really a good instructor.
Yeah.
Yes, she knows her stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she knows her stuff.
And she's
for
an
sure.
Ellen. There's no gray.
No.
It's black or it's white.
Yeah, I like people like that. Actually,
Me too.
I would prefer to not have to guess where I stand.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me if this is right or wrong, and what I could do better,
Yep.
or a different way to do something. You know, and that is one thing. Like we talked about, there's so many ways to do things. I always tell people, like, find someone you really trust or you respect, and get advice from them. Once you feel like you understand the advice they're giving you, then open yourself up to other aspects of advice, because if you take too much in from too many people, a lot of times you can get overwhelmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's finding information from someone you respect and trust, which, you know, the places that I've trained have been from, you know, shooters that I respect, and I know they know what they're talking about. It's not just like my dad helping me, and bless my dad's heart, I love him. But I mount his scopes for him now because he wants to use the corner of the living room to level his reticle. And I'm like, Dad, we've come beyond that. So we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to lay behind the gun and be like, oh, that looks pretty level in the corner there. And what if the corner isn't level?
Right.
I mean, really, you know? But there's so many ways of doing things. And actually, for me, it's been really fun because my dad is never a precision shooter, and he shot his bull with me last year at 550 yards, and he never shot that far. And he also, like you ladies, did a heart shot and was like, you know, and that's been really cool for me, being his daughter, and, you know, opening up a different aspect of precision hunting to him. And so you guys will be able to transform your communities and your lives and families in ways that you might not even realize right now with your education. The more you continue to pursue, you know, and getting serious about learning. I mean, that's one thing in life, is I think it's really important that we never stop learning.
Yeah.
And being open-minded to other people's input, because, like, for me, I've got a way I've done things for so long, but there's always possibly a better way. Like, even last night we were talking about chronographs. You know, we're using the Kestrel not the Kestrel 5700. We're using the Magneto Speed V3 that Kestrel owns, which is a great chronograph. But there's other chronographs like freestanding Garmin's, and there's other ways of doing things. And so it's also being open-minded to realizing that maybe just because you've done something for a period of time, that there might be a better way, a more efficient way to do things, or a way that might be better for your body type or size or style, or make more sense for you. And so I think being open-minded is important too.
Yeah.
And not being so like, oh, I know how to do this. Or,
Right.
That always, I feel like that closes a door before you could possibly have something really great walk through it.
Yep,
Yes.
absolutely, I agree.
I agree. And there's and I hate to say that with generalizing with gender, but there's a lot of men that are that way. Well, that's not how you do it. Well, that's a way to do it, and you have a way, and this way works best for me, and that's the way I try to approach the way I do stuff. But there's a lot of ways I do things that could be better also. So
Always learning.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, anything else you ladies got you want to share, add?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. From the bottom of my heart. This has been an amazing experience.
A lot of fun. Jen, we wish you were here.
Yes.
Yes.
We're sad. You and Miss Liv did not get to come, but perhaps next time. So,
Yes, for sure.
And I appreciate all of you for tuning in to this episode of the Wild and Uncut podcast, brought to you by Ruger and Marlin and SCI and Onyx and Wilderness Athlete. And I encourage all of you, our biggest strength is in how we spend our money. And like you ladies were talking, the power of the purse is something I truly believe in. And so when you support companies that support bringing you content like this, we appreciate it, and our partners appreciate it, and it just makes us better. So thank you all again for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Bye.
There are a lot of Americans that understand the value of hunting, but we all know that right now, national support of hunting is extremely volatile. It seems that with every passing day, our voice is diminished, and the court of public opinion is not effectively hearing our side. We need advocates working on our behalf in Washington, D.C. to defend our freedom to hunt. And thankfully, when we need it the most, we have that advocate in Safari Club International. SCI's world headquarters are located in Washington, D.C., just blocks from the United States Capitol, which means that SCI is on the ground with our congressional leaders and federal agencies on our behalf, on behalf of the hunting community. SCI has an active political presence in all 50 states through their extensive chapter network and government affairs staff. If you have ever wondered why you should be a member of SCI, you shouldn't wonder anymore. Join us in the fight to defend hunting. Go to safariclub.org to learn more. Thank you all for listening to the Wild and Uncut podcast. If you would like to hear more, be sure to not only watch, but subscribe to my Pursue the Wild digital series airing on Carbon TV and YouTube. And while you're at it, follow me at Kristy Titus on Facebook and Instagram.